Hello everyone, I am Sridhar, currently pursuing 3rd BTech in Vishnu Institute of Technology AML branch. In this video, as a part of 501, I have implemented to-do list in JavaScript by using closures. Closures in a JavaScript are functions that retain access to the variables from their containing scope even after the parenting function has finished its executing. A closure is the combination of a function bundled together with the reference to its surrounding state. When you create a closure, you gain access to the outer function scope from the inner function. Closures are automatically created every time a function is defined in Java. And there is another type, lexical scoping, refers to how parse resolves variable name when functions are nested. The location where a variable is declared within the source code determines whether is declared within the source code determines where the variable is available. Now see the example for the let us see an example function for and function inner. In this here the function for will be accessed through the function inner variables b, as that latter preserve the scope of the chain by enclosing the function at the time of execution of the enclosing function. Now let us see the implementation of the to-do list code. Here I have created the to-do list function that acts as a factory for creating and managing a to-do list. It provides the functionality for all the arrays. And in these to-do items, I have stored as objects title, due date, and completed. Now I have that explain methods inside the to-do list. There are some methods that are included in the to-do list. Add to-do items. These methods add a to-do items to the all array, and which then I after return mark as completed method. These mark as completed method specify a task as completed, and then after I have created an overdue, due today and due later. Overdue. This method filters and returns the list of the to-do items whose due date is before today, and then after due today. This filter returns the tasks that are due today and due later. These filter and returns the tasks that are due after today. Here is the code which I have written inside the methods that let us observe for better understanding. Now we will see that to display all these methods, we have to write a method called to display able list, which it will represent whether the methods which we have written in the above overdue, due today, and due later are successfully completed or not. Now in this function to display able list, we will see how what we have written and what is this function absolutely do. In this function, we have added an array which represents an empty and an x. Here, the x represents the task is completed, and empty array represents an incomplete one. It omits the due date if it's for today, or otherwise it happens to the due date. And here we can see that formatted date, which converts a JavaScript date object into the format in the form of year, month, and the date. Next, and we have created the setup dates, which are today, yesterday, and tomorrow variables as based on the current date. And for adding the elements, we have used a method called to-do items. Here is the overall implementation of the to-do list for the tasks. Now let us see the output, what we have implemented. Here you can observe for the date 2024 12 14. due today as parent paid and due letters are not